Good morning, my people. Let's jump right into this. Whoa, so Nicki Minaj versus Don Lemon. It's kind of crazy. Man, I didn't even expect to even talk about this. Who would have thought that these two would even, come to this much of a disagreement? They went at each other. They went at each other on both sides. It's like pretty extreme. Damn, there's so much that I want to break down in this. I don't even know if 3 minutes is enough time to talk about all the things I really want to, discuss in this in this time frame. But let's just start off by saying this. I think that again, like when it comes to political alliances, when it comes to where you fit in, whether it's left or right, I think that sometimes both parties are extreme. And to say anything less than that or, other is wrong. When it comes to places of worship, again, I'm not the most religious individual in the world, but again, I was raised in the church. I was raised, understanding, but at the same time, too, respecting all, points of views, houses of worship, and so on and so forth. I think that when it comes to places that are off limits, and this goes to both sides, you can't just get mad. I think the thing is where it's so hypocritical on both sides of the aisle is that people only get mad or offended when their political affiliation or group gets attacked or offended or are in the middle of this controversial, this controversial issues. When it comes to respect, I think that both sides should say, you know what, this is off limits, but it's not. Let's be honest. One side plays dirty, the other side is going to play dirty. And I think, honestly, it's a Trump effect. I think that we're now in a country, in an era where I think that we've seen the extremes of the extremes, and people can ignore it as much as they want. They can say that it's not the Donald Trump effect, but it is. Where both sides are saying, you know what, we're going to be just as crazy as one another. And it's coming to a head where there's no safe place for anyone, anywhere. Churches aren't safe. Schools aren't safe. But it kind of reminds me of something, if we're thinking about it. Kind of reminds me of this civil rights movement or the civil rights era where it was the same thing. Where the schools and churches weren't safe for a lot of young people, for a lot of elderly, for a lot of people who were innocent, who just wanted to actually worship, who actually just wanted to learn. And we find ourselves repeating it. So we have to do better, both sides.